Trustee Cook,
Here.
Trustee Forster,
Here.
Trustee Markwart,
Here.
Trustee Schenk,
Here.
Trustee Oppenheim,
Here.
Trustee Takaoka,
Here.
and President Byrne has given prior notice that he would not be in attendance.
Thank you. I would ask for a motion to nominate a trustee to serve as Chair Pro Tem.
I'd like to nominate Trustee Cook to be the Chairman Pro Tem for the meeting.
And I will second it.
Roll call.
Trustee Markwart,
Aye.
Trustee Forster,
Aye.
Trustee Oppenheim,
Aye.
Trustee Cook,
Aye.
Trustee Schenk,
Aye.
Trustee Takaoka.
Aye.
Okay, the meeting is dutifully called to order, so if everyone could please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Are there any citizens who wish to address the board on something other than something that's on the agenda? Okay, seeing none, then first item is under the President's report, a proclamation for Military Appreciation Month. Military Appreciation Month, May 2022, Vernon Hills, Illinois. Congress designated May as National Military Appreciation Month in 1999 to ensure the nation was given a chance to publicly show their appreciation for troops past and present. May was chosen because it has many individual days marked to note our military's achievements, including VE Day, Victory in Europe, May 8th, commemorating the end of World War II in Europe, Armed Forces Day, May 21st, a day to celebrate and honor men and women currently serving, and Memorial Day, May 30th, a day of mourning to honor the men and women who died while serving the U.S. military. The village has a history of recognizing all who have been in the U.S. Armed Forces, and created the Veterans Memorial Arbor Theater, which pays tribute to the service and sacrifice of our nation's soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines. The village created Operation Welcome Home, a program that formally recognizes residents returning home after service in combat. The village consists of numerous residents who have served and or are serving currently in the U.S. Armed Forces to include overseas. Numerous village employees and board members have served with honor and distinction, to include former trustee James Heyer, U.S. Navy, former trustee James Schultz, U.S. Army, Officer Casey Bergschneider, U.S. Navy, who is currently serving and just returned to the U.S. after deployment to Africa. And this doesn't say it, but I'll also add John Petrillo and anyone else I know who had, service to this. Chief Crease was also, yes. The village is home to American Legion Vernon Hills Post 1247, which advocates for veterans, leads numerous community service initiatives to include the presentation of the colors at parades and special events, as well as conducting remembrance ceremonies on Memorial Day. Now therefore be proclaimed that Roger L. Byrne and the Village Board of Trustees do hereby express our sincerest appreciation to all who are serving and to all who have served in the Armed Forces of the United States. John, we're going to talk more about this later, correct? All right, okay. Then in that case, the update on the TIF Joint Review Board meetings?
Thank you, sir. I'll take that. Under the Village Manager Report, as a reminder, the annual Joint Review Board meetings for the village's Vernon Hills Town Center, Melody Farm, and Hawthorne Mall TIF districts will be held this Thursday, May 19th at 4 p.m., 4:30 p.m., and 5 p.m. respectively. The meetings will take place here in the Village Boardroom. The agendas for each meeting may be found on the Village of Vernon Hills website in the Agenda Center.
Okay, thank you. For those not familiar, TIF means Tax Increment Financing District. It's what we've got with the mall and with Vernon Town Center. Nobody else has a speaking part tonight then?
Just under communications.
Okay, then next item would be omnibus vote agenda. Is there a motion to approve items A through J?
Motion to approve?
Second.
We have a motion, a second. Any comments, questions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Schenk.
Aye.
Trustee Markwart.
Aye.
Trustee Forster.
Aye.
Trustee Takaoka.
Aye.
Trustee Oppenheim.
Aye.
Chairman Pro Tem Cook.
Aye. Motion carries. There is no unfinished additional business, correct?
Correct.
Then next would be new business communication. I'll turn it over to you, John.
Thank you, sir. As we just heard the proclamation read by Trustee Cook recognizing Military Appreciation Month, and as Memorial Day weekend is approaching, we thought this is the ideal opportunity to have members from Vernon Hills American Legion Post 1247 speak tonight on the events planned for Memorial Day weekend and the service opportunities to assist with the placing of U.S. flags. Commander Renahan, you want to approach?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and trustees. This Friday and Saturday before Memorial Day weekend, we place flags at the stones of the fallen at Vernon Township Cemetery. That's on that Friday at 10 o'clock we do that. And then the next day on Saturday at 9 o'clock, we meet at Willow Lawn. Willow Lawn, that takes a little longer. And we'd ask for your help, or even school students, if they want to get out there and see what it's about, to lay a flag in the front of a fallen soldier as well. So we've got that on that Saturday. And then certainly on Memorial Day, we have ceremonies at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and 11. 9 o'clock at Vernon Township, 10 o'clock at Willow Lawn, and then at 11 o'clock in Vernon Hills here at the Arbor Theater Memorial that we have there. We lay a flag there. We appreciate your support there. And it's definitely a somber day. After that, we have the 4th of July. We'll be marching in the parade with that. And then another fun one is August 27th. Not just my wedding anniversary, but it's a good day to play golf, from what I've been told, for our 4th annual golf outing. So, but that's in the morning. I'll be home at night. So that's,
Sorry you won't be able to join us. for
That's
the whole day.
right. So that's what we've got. Any questions, thoughts, concerns? Okay, we appreciate your support. Thank you very much.
No, we appreciate everything you guys do here in town. You guys have always been right there for the village every time we needed somebody to present the colors or take care of some kind of a presentation or that, and it's greatly appreciated.
Sure thing. You mentioned earlier, Mr. Mayor, we've had actually four, including my daughter, four ceremonies of future service members, three in the Marines and one in the Army, leaving the village. And to see the police and the fire escort was, even as a parent, let me tell you, it was something else. And to see the excitement on the kids was, one of the boys, there were two brothers that left, and the one kept telling his mom, "What did I do to deserve this?" And I tell you, it gets you, even as old as I am now, it still gets you. So, and I've got my son-in-law's he's in the Marine Corps, just finished TBS, the Marine Basic School. So he's hoping to be a pilot down in Pensacola, and my daughter's in Oahu, Hawaii. Poor kid. So it's a nice place to visit. So thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Well, a lot of that welcome home and a lot of the seeing people off, I know Assistant Village Manager Petrillo has always been one of the major forces behind a lot of those programs. So, John, do you want to address any of those programs at all? Or?
Well, I think they're fabulous, and I think one of the chief sponsors of that is sitting behind me, and there was every now and then when action needs to be done, also a boot can come out as well, and we have a former Marine, Craig Warner, that was also instrumental in guiding the police department and some of these ideas. So Operation Welcome Home, an idea started by James Holst, one of our first residents to go off to combat probably since the Vietnam era. And he came home, and his mom, I believe it's Jillian Holst, tears in her eyes when her baby, her U.S. Marine, came home and escorted by the police and Countryside Fire Protection District. It was just an amazing ceremony, and after that, 8 more followed. And it was obviously, as we recall, the early 2000s. We were at a time of peace, and then 2001 and 2003 and 2006 came. And I think one of the special things about this village is we take care of our own, and we made sure not to repeat some of the mistakes that were made in the 70s. And we welcomed each soldier and Marine and sailor home, and great fanfare from all the way from Deer Path to Grosse Pointe. We had these ceremonies, and as you recall, we brought them in here to the chambers and also gave them a proclamation, and just a very special moment. So shout out to the residents that encouraged the police department to jump on that, and shout out to the village board for recognizing each one, and obviously the investment in the Arbor Theater. Jim Schultz reminded me this past week that Lake County recognized our Arbor Theater in some of their promotional events for Memorial Day. It's probably one of the most beautiful sites in all of Lake County for remembering those that have fallen. And so just a great investment by the village. And as Commander Renhan said, it's a somber day of reflection on Memorial Day to honor those that have died in service to our country. And shout out to the village for creating a memorial for us to mourn those who passed.
Well, and with us having gotten that land as part of a former military base, it was a perfect synergy to create that memorial there, so.
It's beautiful. And as we're on that theme, as we've appropriately recognized those who have served with the village proclamation that you read tonight, and as we prepare to honor those who died in service with the Legion and their ceremonies on Memorial Day weekend, we also want to remind all former service members, families, and dependents, while we're very fortunate to live in close proximity to the VA hospital, if there are any questions regarding claim processing, or if there's ever need for financial assistance, or if there are ever feelings of depression or need for mental health services or any other form of support, we just want to remind everybody that the Lake County Veterans Assistance Commission is an outstanding resource. The Lake County VAC is now centrally located at 501 North Riverside Drive in Gurnee. There is contact information on the board. But more importantly, we have, as you mentioned, sir, we have many service members that served. I want to give a shout out to one of them. That's Lisa Fischbach, career Air Force service member, retired, and then joined us at the village. She's retired military. She's very familiar with both the VAC and VA, and she can answer any questions. So if anybody ever needs support, just come on to the village hall, and she'll be one of the first faces you meet, and she can provide referral services or help answer questions.
Is there anybody else we're forgetting that we know of on either? I mean,
So I'm aware of, I can let Jeff and Shannon speak, but I know several members that the PD served as well. I know that we had Stacy Severson, Air Force. I know Kyle Belkey, I believe, U.S. Marine. Am I forgetting any others?
probably are, but we apologize in it.
Vince isn't.
But we appreciate you recognizing each and every one of us. We appreciate that from this. It's one of the things I mentioned about this community and this board. Definitely recognize those who serve, so thank you.
Our pleasure.
Do we know how many residents of Vernon Hills served in World War II? I know we weren't officially formed as a community until well afterward, but did we have many that lived here at any point?
So the one I know definitely served was the one we mentioned in the proclamation. That was former trustee Jim Heyer. The range at one point was it is named after him. In honor of his service, there was a picture of him and his crew on the USS Corregidor actually shooting down a Japanese Zero. So I don't know if that picture's still there, but
Yeah, I guess it doesn't have to be World War II related, but when I was visiting my daughter out east at college in Poughkeepsie, New York, they've got sort of the flags that we have around town. They honor the former servicemen there, especially in World War II, and I thought it might be an interesting thing to think about. So they had pictures and sort of a little story on the flag. So
beautiful.
so maybe we can talk later about that and see if there's something that we can.
It's awesome. And under communications, we can make one more comment. Mike, if you can go to the next slide for the Senior Resource Fair. So the village will be hosting a Senior Resource Fair on June 8th at the Village Hall. The purpose of this event is to have persons knowledgeable on site to talk on the subject of Medicare and Medicare supplement plans, as well as the types of homebound medical services that are available. Also to have persons knowledgeable and able to discuss the varying types of senior living communities, anticipated cost, and be able to answer questions about expectations of residing in a senior living facility. Village staff will also be available to share information on village and county resources, to include our Cab Connect program and Ride Lake County. This resource fair is intended to provide information and to serve as a Q&A for seniors without a sales, promotion, or endorsement of any product or service occurring. Jen Heverin, one of our community development members, conducted a survey of seniors organization members last year, and one of the asks was for more programming and to have speakers who could provide information on available resources for seniors. As the board will recall, during the pandemic, during our senior outreach initiative, staff from a couple of our senior living facilities in town shared that they utilized a community engagement specialist for their residents when there were questions of this type, especially pertaining to services regarding government programs and financial support. We will have subject matter experts on site that we believe can answer most questions without a sales pitch or any endorsement being made. This event will be occurring June 8th at the Village Hall. There will be 2 sessions. One session will be in the large conference room at 11:30 a.m. All members of the community are invited to attend. Refreshments will be provided. A second session will be downstairs at 12:30 p.m. This is primarily for the seniors organization members, but if anybody would like to learn more about the seniors organization, they can join us, and lunch will be provided for that second session. Information has already started appearing on our communications platforms and will be occurring more frequently as we get closer to June 8th.
Okay, anything else under new business and communication from anybody?
I have something. I'd like to acknowledge it and congratulate the Hawthorne Middle School North and South boys and girls track team. They had a great sectional meet last week, and they've qualified 16 runners in field events qualified for the state championship in Peoria this weekend coming up. So what's nice, we had the awards ceremony were tonight, and they mentioned that they did not have a track season for the last 2 years. So this is pretty much the first time all these athletes hit the track in their career. So future looks good for the Vernon Hills track and field teams. So good luck.
Good. Yeah, that state meets this
Friday.
weekend, right? Yeah, this
It
weekend
starts
coming
Friday
up.
and Saturday.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Anything else? Yeah.
One thing, I always bring this up, but the government opened up more free home COVID tests Monday this week. So and actually they doubled it. So you can actually get 8 free tests in one order, and you just go to covidtest.gov. And I have been doing it all along, and the ones that I got in the first round are like expire in a month, so I would say it makes sense to replenish, so.
Okay,
And they're free.
okay. Anything else under new business and communication? If there isn't, then I'll entertain a motion to adjourn and go to committee of the whole.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Back to you.
Yes, sir. I'd like to make a motion to call the May 17th Committee of the Whole meeting to order.
Trustee Forster,
Here.
Trustee Cook,
Here?
Trustee Oppenheim,
Here.
Trustee Markwart,
Here.
Trustee Schenk,
Here.
Trustee Takaoka.
Here.
President Byrne also gave prior notice that he would not be in attendance.
Thank you. And I would ask for a motion to nominate a trustee to serve as chair pro tem.
I'd like to nominate Trustee Cook to serve as trustee pro tem for the duration of the meeting.
Seconded.
So we need a roll call on that then?
Roll call.
Yeah.
Trustee Forster,
Aye.
Trustee Oppenheim,
Aye.
Trustee Markwart,
Aye.
Trustee Schenk,
Aye.
Trustee Takaoka,
Abstain.
Trustee Cook,
Aye. Okay. First item of business is approval of the Committee of the Whole meeting minutes of May the 3rd, 2022. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any comments, questions, corrections? Hearing none, then roll call, please.
Trustee Forster,
Aye.
Trustee Markwart,
Aye.
Trustee Schenk,
Aye.
Trustee Takaoka,
Abstain.
Trustee Oppenheim,
Aye.
Chairman Pro Tem Cook.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay, next item is a request from Jason Smith in cooperation with the Bibibop Asian Grill for approval of a facade renovations at 700 East Town Line Road.
Thank you, President Pro Tem Cook. Bibibop, for those who are not aware of this restaurant, is they're a fast casual restaurant. They offer dine-in and carry-out services. They currently have locations in Schaumburg and Chicago that I'm aware of. There may be more, but I'm aware of those two locations. And the new restaurant would be located in the space formerly occupied by Qdoba Grill. On the screen in front of you is the building that they would be located in. They would be located in the space closest to you, where the fenced enclosure is. And as you can see by the building, well, I used to like red a lot more before I saw this building, but it's definitely ready for an update. This is what they're proposing to do. The North Tower, where Bibibop is located, they would be removing the ephes and they would replace it with a Nishi-Ha fiber cement panel. Above that would be a painted orange material that's made of ephes. That portion would remain. And then on top of that is a gray anodized aluminum coping. And then also there would be a matching awning over the main entrance to the restaurant. For the sake of uniformity, for the overall look of the building, we didn't want to leave the south tower red, so we requested that the landlord paint that tower to match the tower on the north for Bibibop, and it's kind of a dark brown black earth tone.
Yeah, I have a sample.
And there's a sample of it right there for you. I'll note too, as we go around, this is the way the south elevation of the building looks right now. And this is the way it would look after it's painted. I'll note that the window on the south elevation, and for that matter, the main entrance back on the west elevation, there is no end user identified for that. But at the time that they do identify an end user, that's when staff will be requesting a complimentary awning over that main entrance. And then, also an awning over that window on the south facade. We're just not ready to choose a color for it yet because we don't know who the end user is. So if the board believes that the renovation is appropriate, staff is asking for a motion directing us to prepare an ordinance approving the facade renovation in accordance with the color renderings that are presented to you tonight and in accordance with the conditions that are set forth in your packet. And a representative of Bibibop is here to answer any questions that you may have.
Okay. I do have to share, I've shared this story with several board members, and I know I told you this, the timing of this was perfect because you come highly recommended by my one grandson, and they are always letting me know when they go to great restaurants. And not more than a couple weeks ago, he ate at one of you're at your store in Schaumburg and told me how great it was and said, you got to get these guys to come to town. And I opened up Friday's packet and I sent him a little note saying, hey, you got it. So I must tell you, you come very highly recommended from
I appreciate
my
that.
sources that are out there testing food for me.
Awesome. Yeah, I want to bring that story back to Mr. Shin. I think that we've been looking forward to expand out in the Chicago market. And Schaumburg is one of the earlier stores that we had opened up. And so to know that that need is here, that'll be very exciting for him.
Before we get back to the actual restaurant, any comments, questions on the facade, the drawings, the thing?
The Nishi, I know, is a much better material than EFIS and will last a lot longer. You don't have to worry about repainting it, so that's a good choice for
I
that.
think the lifespan is about 40 to 50 years.
Yeah,
If you treat it right.
yeah.
So it's a very resilient material.
It is, yeah. So, no, it looks nice.
Awesome.
And I think the new color scheme is actually a significant improvement on the building. Not as much red. Any other? Then is there a motion to,
Direct staff to prepare an ordinance approving the facade renovation, subject to the conditions outlined in your packet.
Couldn't say it any better, so, aye.
motion is second? Is there a second?
Second?
Okay, we have a motion is second. Any other comments or questions?
When are you looking to open or trying to open?
This location, I think, is going to be beginning of Q4. So we're looking kind of in that October area. That's where we target this.
Yeah, that mall starts opening up January, right?
Well, and since you're getting some free airtime, would you, I mean, care to, a basic description of, you get a bowl and you build your own,
Yeah, so it's a bowl-based concept. So similar, we don't like to compare ourselves, but like a Chipotle or Qdoba style. It's all fast casual Korean food. So we have a lot of like Korean barbecue inspired proteins, like chicken, bulgogi style beef. We also have a pan-fried tofu. It's pretty popular. But I think one of the biggest takeaways is that everything is made fresh morning of. We have a very short shelf life that we impose just because we want to keep the integrity of the ingredients. So it is something that you can keep as healthy or as not healthy as you would like. So it kind of hits both sides of that spectrum. But really what it's all about is delivering healthy, well-balanced meals at reasonable cost. So eating healthy doesn't have to be expensive. I think that's one of the biggest momentum behind our restaurant.
okay. All right,
Thank you.
if there are no other comments or questions, then we have a motion and a second, correct?
Yep.
Okay, then a roll call, please.
Trustee Oppenheim? Trustee Schenk?
Aye.
Trustee Markwart?
Aye.
Trustee Forster?
Aye.
Trustee Takaoka?
Aye.
Chairman Pro Tem Cook?
Aye. Motion carries. So you say figuring October, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Vernon Hills.
All right. Is that it then for tonight? I mean, and there is no closed session, so. No local session. Okay. Then I'll entertain a motion to adjourn the committee of the whole.
Motion to adjourn, Committee of the Whole.
I'll second it.
Motion is second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, we are adjourned.
Thank you. Who's making all the noise over there? Is there a woodpecker or something? I know. Mike, there's a woodpecker or something.